Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Buddhafull October with me, Gideonslight, and I'm so excited to begin to share with you guys. Unfortunately, I planned to do this live on Monday already, but as fate would have it, I came down with a cold. So forgive me if I cough. I won't be talking too much. At least I will try not to talk too much. But I'm feeling a little bit better today, and I really wanted to just in my free time, these pockets of time that I believe the universe blesses us with in order that we can have time to be creative. At least that is how it works in my life. Um, we can fully utilize these pockets of time. So while my body is recovering, I believe that working on my art is healing both my body, my mind, and my soul. But there would be no harm done in setting up the camera and inviting you along for the journey because that has been my intention all along. Okay, so this is my first canvas for this season that I set up here for myself, and it is a 20 by 30 inches canvas, and it is about an inch deep. So I just wanted to show you guys basically how I activate my canvas, especially for my Buddha paintings, because I believe painting the Buddha is both positive karma, it is beautiful dharma, it is uplifting practice, it brings compassion, wisdom, and self-awareness to everyone viewing the Buddha painting. So in a way, it is my way of practicing my spirituality. But you don't have to be a Buddhist in order to paint a Buddha painting. Maybe it is something that brings tranquility to you, a feeling of zen, a feeling of equanimity. It helps you maybe in your yoga space to focus your energy, to be reminded of the beautiful Buddha nature within. And that is really all that it is for me. So, one of the very first things that I like to do is to activate my canvas with a mantra and to just set an intention on this canvas that whatever follows onto this canvas all flow with grace and ease, will be beautiful, and it will emanate this blessing of what I'm going to be adding onto this first raw layer of my canvas. So without any further ado, what I have brought here to just begin my sacred practice is just a little bit of incense. I really do believe that it's very helpful for our psyche, for our mental health, and so forth, to have some kind of ritual and practice. And this is not necessarily, a very particular form of practice, but it's just my practice. So I'm just going to light a candle, and I'm going to light my incense, and this will be in the background of the video. But I did want to just share with you how I start my canvas and how I set intention through prayer and just vibrationally bring it to this point of blessing, purification, and activation. So I'm just going to bless this canvas with this beautiful Om Shanti smoke. And Om is a beautiful sound, symbol, and vibration that is used in all of the mantras in the world. Well, most of them. And Om is really that sound that brought everything into reality that we know. It is all encompassing, it is all inclusive, it is all activating. It is the beginning and the end. And it's such a beautiful blessing. And Shanti is all about peace and equanimity and balance. So Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. I speak onto this canvas, and I will activate it with a deeper prayer. So I'm going to put my incense down here, and I'm just going to use my bell from my practice, meditation practice. Sound is really powerful. For me, that sound of the bell really just clears this canvas space and activates it on a vibration that is attuned with that of the Buddha. So that is really beautiful to bring in ceremony and just activate your canvas. It brings it into a place, a spiritual place that is more profound. So it's not just a face that we're painting and we're throwing paint at it and we're throwing color at it. It really is a creation of your own inner Buddha. It is a way of connecting to that beautiful frequency of compassion, wisdom in action. So one of my prayers that I like to write is Lokaha Sukino Wabantu, and I'm going to be just using this beautiful oil pastel. And really what that means is, and this is my prayer for both the person that's painting, that's for me painting this painting, and for where this Buddha will ultimately hang. So maybe it will not live with me forever. Maybe I will sell it. And then it is my prayer and wish that the person that receives or buys this painting, or even just the person viewing this painting, may receive this blessing. And really, my prayer to everyone is may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free from danger, may you live with grace and ease. And really, that's a form of metta meditation, forgive me. And metta meditation is a beautiful Buddhist practice that you can Google, anyone can really join in. It's really that simple. And for me, it's also a way to overcome negative emotions. It's a way that we can practice unconditional love and inclusiveness, including everyone, even our enemies. So it goes like this: may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be free from danger, and may I live with grace and ease. And then it switches from me to you. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free from danger. May you live with grace and ease. And then we expand that and we include everyone. May everyone be happy. May everyone be healthy. May everyone live with grace and ease. So that is one way to just keep expanding your metta or your loving kindness as you extend it first towards yourself and then to everyone else. And I think that is a beautiful way to activate your canvas and to set an intention and to bring that beautiful metta loving kindness energy into your Buddha painting, which is ultimately what I feel personally a Buddha emanates, is that loving kindness. Right. So let me take a sip of my coffee. So I've been playing on one of my boards between my sort of resting sessions, and I'm preparing this board for a demonstration that we are going to be looking at. Sorry, that's upside down. There we go. We're going to be looking at this on Monday. So I'm just preparing and playing. And this is one of the tips I can give you without going into too much detail there. That it is always a great way to just play on a separate piece of paper and sort of get your ideas together for what you want to bring to your canvas. Hi everyone watching, thank you for joining me. My chat isn't on here. Let me just see. If you want to say hello, then you are welcome to just pop and say hello and tell me where you're watching from. And as I proceed to activate my Buddha canvas here. So I've got a bit of a color scheme going that is exciting. And all I'm going to do now is really just play with my color shapers. I'm going to start with this very interesting, what shall we call this? This is a very cheap Art Rangers acrylic color. It's a pearlescent rose. I recently discovered this at one of my art supply stores. It looks like it is a Japanese range, very affordable, but quite a lot of fun because it is a bit more affordable. You don't mind playing too much or paying too much, so you can play with it. And I'm going to use my color shaper, which is really just a beautiful silicone brush. It helps me to apply interesting and beautiful layers of paint in a very painterly kind of way. And I do quite like playing with metallics in my Buddha paintings because it brings the luminosity to the skin at a later stage, which I think is really beautiful and enhancing. And you can see with the color shapers that you could really make this paint very thin. And I think that's one of my forgive me, very first clues I want to give you is not to just dive in with all the colors of the rainbow that you have available in your palette, but to choose a very limited palette from the very beginning. Forgive me, I'm just going to move my incense to the other side of the room. Thank you, Amitabha. There we go. So when you choose a color scheme, and I will be discussing all of this as we go forward in Buddhafull October, it is really helpful to choose a limited palette because that way you already ensure success regardless of what you do to a certain degree, because it's not going to be too busy and it's not going to be too overwhelmingly colorful in that sense. So it's so easy to create mud on your canvas, and what we mean by that is when you start adding colors together that is complementary without intention, you can really mat things down. I do love working with neutrals because I do think working with neutral colors is really helpful to make your brighter colors pop later. But if you don't understand your color theory yet, you can end up with everything looking a bit muddy and dull, and maybe that's frustrating to you. So one of the ways that I sort of avoid that is to stick to a color scheme that is complementary in the sense that the colors will work together and it won't create mud unless I intend to create a bit of a neutral. And I also like to work with very thin layers in the beginning or very transparent layers. So I will deliberately work with inks or with colors that I know has a transparency to them, because I don't want my layers that I'm going to start to build up now to be so opaque that I cover everything up on the underneath. Even this blessing that I wrote on here in oil pastel, you know, might still glimmer through here and there, and I think that is really pretty. So this is a beautiful, what do they call this? Just a lilac from Iris. I really love playing with the pastel colors at this stage of my journey, and I've invested in a number of pastel colors. I do enjoy this sort of frequency of color, and you can create your own pastels if you're also interested to get into that by using or mixing your colors with a lot of titanium white until you have a beautiful pastel kind of look. This is Arctic Blue from Lucas Krull, and I'm just going to come here and apply some paint right to the canvas. It is quite big. I've been playing on paper for a while, and I love working on paper. I think it's very freeing. It can liberate you from, you know, performance anxiety, that whatever you are painting must be a masterpiece. So that's a great way to play and experiment and have a creative practice without the serious commitment of ensuring that you are creating a masterpiece. I think the minute we start working on a canvas, it's very intimidating, and this is why I also like to break in my canvas in this playful kind of manner. So this very first stage of my Buddha painting is just to play. I choose my color scheme. This play session might even help me to figure out a color scheme. Maybe you like to play with all of the colors and then see what stands out for you and then begin to use more of that. And once this white star canvas has got some paint on it and some marks and so forth, it really starts to set into motion the beginnings of a creation of a beautiful piece. So this way, sort of, you get used to the canvas, you enjoy the way that the paint is smearing onto the canvas, and also your canvas, especially if you're working on a stretched canvas, will begin to tighten and you'll get that drum effect on your canvas. I do quite enjoy that. So that is going to be really pretty. My next color I'm going to switch to here is Lucas Krull Rose. Isn't it just beautiful? These stunning pastel kind of things. Colors, forgive me. I am on medication, so if I don't sound coherent, forgive me. But now we also have a bit of a contrast coming in here, because these pastels are very opaque and very chalky, and they have a matte finish. And when you place this next to the metallics, it really gives you a bit of a visual contrast. And I love the way that the color shapers really can move paint on the canvas and give you a nice thin film. And you can even scratch into it, especially later when you've covered the entire canvas. So are you guys excited to get into Buddhafull October? This is my first year that I'm offering this program, and it is my intention to do this every year. October is my birthday month. It's my birthday next week on the 13th of October. And I've been painting the Buddha painting, well, Buddha, for the last 12 years, 10 to 12 years, and it's really life-changing. So the next color I've got here is just an apricot from Lucas Kroll. So we're starting to move a little bit into a warmer orange kind of tone. So you can see I'm looking for spaces on the canvas that I haven't placed any color yet. So instead of just rubbing the color over everything, I'm going into these little hooks and crannies where I haven't placed any color yet. And the color shaper is just dispensing the paint in an interesting and painterly kind of way. And if you are using a stretched canvas that has a bit of depth, remember to work on your sides as well, because I do quite enjoy my Buddha paintings like this on a stretched canvas. Let me quickly just turn my camera, because right here next to me is one of my first Buddha paintings that I have created a whole workshop around, and I do like the depth on the side. So you can see I have actually painted all the way around that beautiful stretched canvas, and that way when you hang it on the wall, if you approach the painting from the side, you can still see everything that you have on there already, and it draws the viewer in. So a nice thing about a stretched canvas, especially in a modern interior design, I really do like the way that that sits on a wall. It sort of adds to the drama. Forgive me. I do sound worse than I am, in the sense that I'm feeling much better already. But yeah, you know, the lungs always take a little bit longer. So I will call on the medicine Buddha to bring me my medicine. I'm just going to add a little bit more of my apricot down here. And this is part of the meditation for me. It's really just playing with each layer of paint and creating a beautiful background. So Monday on our next open class, I'm going to be talking to you guys about creating interesting underpaintings, and after that I'm going to be talking to you guys the week after that about values. We're going to be talking about light and shadow on your face, and after that we're also going to be looking at you know, beautiful ways that you can finish your painting. So I'm really going to take you guys through the whole process, and if you're interested to really get into this much deeper, then do join my Patreon page. I will put the links in the description of this video, and you can also just jump over to Patreon and search for Gideonslight. At Gideonslight, you'll find me there, but I will include the links later for you guys to use. And there are 2 complete Buddha painting programs already up and ready to roll, and there's a new episode every single day on my Patreon channel for the month of October. So this painting that I just showed you, I show you step by step exactly how I created that, and I will show you how you can create your own. And then about mid-October, my Amitabha Buddha painting will launch, and there I think there's about 2 or 3 episodes every day, because that one is a bit longer. But you can follow along and create your own Buddha painting that way. But for this project, you know, it's a lot of fun to get going and to activate things and to start somewhere, right? So everything that you need for this beautiful Buddhafull October program is in the description of the videos. I will also add it to this live, so you know exactly which materials you can go get in order to get into it, right? You can start anytime and you can paint along at your own pace. The videos is always available for the month of October here on my YouTube channel, and thereafter exclusively to my Patreons on Patreon. So I'm going to finish this live Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in and for spending a bit of time with me as I activate my first beautiful Buddha painting canvas. I have another one around the corner, so I hope to do two of these paintings, and I will share with you guys the progress as I work on these beautiful canvases. So if you have any questions, hi Susanna, thank you for watching all the way from Portugal. It is really nice to have you here as a guest. If you guys are, I've just lost my train of thought. If you have any questions that I maybe didn't think about sharing with you, if you want to have a bit more information, do feel free to add a comment, ask your questions. I will look at the end of this video and answer you personally. So I'm really excited to get into this Buddhafull October program, and I hope to see your work and your progress as well. Do share it with me on the Creative Heart on Facebook. That is my private art group on Facebook. That is where we share our art with each other, where I can support you and guide you during this Buddhafull October program. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will speak to you guys a lot more during the month of October. I'll see you again real soon. Bye bye for now.